Hi, this is Ernest Schmidt again with Palo Alto Therapy, and today I wanted to recite some wisdom from someone else. It's a quote that I think is really cool when it comes to anxiety and worry, and I find it fascinating to try to learn from other people's kind of perspectives, and so this is a chance for me to talk about anxiety and worry with quotes from others. So the quote today, which I thought was great, is from Corey Ten Boom, and the quote goes like this: "Worrying is carrying tomorrow's load with today's strength, carrying 2 days at once. It is moving into tomorrow ahead of time. Worrying doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength." So I thought that was really cool. I just think it's interesting as an anxiety therapist to read this kind of wisdom. I just personally love quotes. And this idea that worry is something that we feel is productive. That's the hardest thing with worry. It's so seductive into helping us believe that, if I do this now, I'm really going to prevent some future catastrophe from happening. And the hard part is you never really know. I mean, you're so convinced in the time that the worry is necessary. But quotes like this really remind you, wait a second, is it really helping me, or is it just sucking the life out of me today and not really doing anything for me tomorrow? And I try to practice this own wisdom. I always fall prey to it, but I practice this idea of, gosh, what's the worst case scenario if I don't worry about this? Maybe I can save my time and the event will never occur anyway. So it's not always so simple. We don't always have total control over our worry, but I do like this idea that just of making ourselves really aware that we might be able to choose a little bit around, do we want to worry? And these kind of quotes help us look at that motivation piece, which is often a big part of changing our behavior. And worry is a form of mental behavior. That if we can truly sort of suck out the motivation to do it, and we start to see, wait a second, the value isn't there, it can have a dramatic impact on our ability to then move forward in life and not spend so much time worrying. And one of the techniques that we use quite a bit is like a cost-benefit analysis. So we do costs and benefits of worry. So although most of us would say, yeah, I know I worry too much, but it really does make a difference when you write it down. Okay, what are all the reasons why it's good to worry? And really embracing that. And then what are all the reasons it's not good to worry? This is a common tactic in cognitive therapy, is looking at sort of our motivation and the pros and cons of proceeding with this current kind of problem we're having. And that often, once we sort of see that flushed out, it gives us the ability to choose a little bit more, that I'm not going to go down that path. I'm really going to follow this sort of wisdom that I read earlier, that it's not really helping me in the future. It's just sucking away the life of today. So that's something to think about. Later on, I'll cover more tips with worry, but I thought that was a fun one for today. So hopefully you found that helpful, and I'll read it one more time and then we'll be done. So worrying is carrying tomorrow's load with today's strength, carrying 2 days at once. It is moving into tomorrow ahead of time. Worrying doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength. Hope that was helpful, and we'll be in touch with more quotes and anxiety help in the future. Thanks.